Hi, have you ever wondered how companies, developers, or just any other people use AI to maybe scrape data to increase their business productivity? But I'm not just talking about basics such as copy pasting code from Claude or letting Claude, of course, copy code for you, or maybe using ChatGPT or any other LLMs. Doesn't really matter. I'm talking about using actual AI to maybe analyze the data, maybe how SOC analysts do it in cybersecurity, maybe how developers do it, maybe how web scrapers do it to find data, to get data, because data is super valuable. Today, I'm going to show you just that. And I'm not going to show you, obviously, how to use ChatGPT or whatever. It's not what this is about. This is a bit more advanced in a way that we're going to be using our own locally hosted AI that I will show you how to install, because it's super simple if you just use Linux machine. Virtual machine doesn't really matter. Here you can see I'm using my good old classic Kali Linux. You can use whatever you want, doesn't actually matter. Let's begin. I'll show you how it's done. First, let's just start with installation. Let's go. We'll do sudo apt update. Obviously, you have to do this if it's just a fresh Linux install. And just in case you're fresh install, I'll show you how to do that. After that, we'll install an AI model that's going to run locally called Ollama. I'll show you how it's done. It's super simple. It's one-liner. All I have to do is copy paste this, and I'll show you. You can of course pause here and take a look. I'm using curl to download with FSSL obviously, and this is what I'm downloading. This URL. You can just actually go manually and check this URL if you want. This is all just available online for free for us to use. And I'm going to pass it through pipe to sh, meaning I'm basically going to pass it to immediately run the bash script that we just installed using pipe. Let's do that right now. So after we do this, you can see here it says installing Ollama to USR local. It's going to download. It's going to take some time, again, depending obviously on your internet and PC speed, on whatever you use, doesn't matter. After this is done, we're going to talk about how to run this, because running this from terminal is very simple. And the best part is, if I'm using this in a virtual machine, it still can locally run. You don't need a good PC or whatever, because it doesn't matter what my computer is actually right now. What matters is that I'm using virtual machine, meaning I'm using virtual hardware basically. You can see here, warning, no NVIDIA AMD GPU detected. Ollama will run in CPU only mode. You can see it works in CPU only mode. Obviously, it's going to be slower if you have an NVIDIA or AMD GPU dedicated right there on your Linux machine, for example. It's going to perform a bit faster, but this is just enough for now. After this is done, let's run it. We have to do Ollama. Type the command run phi3. After we do this, we're now pulling the manifest. Once that's done, I'll show you what it looks like from the terminal, and we'll continue. Now, why is this important? We're basically installing locally an AI agent that's going to help us, because I'm going to write Python code. I'll show you. I don't have any code actually right here, right now. I'm going to give you the code that I already have made previously. Let's make right now a file. Let's call it by the way, first make sure to check that you have Python, just in case. If I do Python 3-version, there you go, this is what I see. Let's do a file. Let's name it nano, and actually let's open with mouse and mousepad, my AI scraper.py, for example. Doesn't really matter what you name it. Yeah, that's fine. Let's delete whatever else we have. Yeah, don't save this. We don't need this. That's from another video. And there we go. This is we have the mousepad open. We can keep it. We can for now close this, actually, not close it, just minimize it, because we don't need to worry about it. Once this is done, you can see Ollama is already locally installed. So I can send a message here, or I can just do this for help. For example, hello. I can talk to AI here in virtual machine locally. Hello, how can I help you today? You can see it's replying just like any other LLM would, right? This is pretty cool that I'm able to do this. And obviously, it's going to be a bit slower because I'm not using a GPU, right? It's not accelerating. If you use this on actual, like your hardware without virtualization, it's going to work. But this still works. It's still fine. You can see that it's normal. It's just maybe slightly slower, right? Let's do just Control C or let's do /by to basically quit this. We know it's installed. That's all we need to do. Locally install an LLM model. Next, let's make a virtual environment here. Python 3-mvenv. If you do this and you get an error first, that means you probably don't have env installed. What you have to do first to do apt install Python, like this, Python 3-env. Sorry. sudo apt install oh, you have to type it correctly. Install python 3-venv. Once this is installed, I'm not going to do this now because I have it, but after that you can come back and do this command. Once you've run it, you can see here next. Now I have a new file available. It's called env. Sure, now that we have that available, let's activate it. Let's go to the env source, env, there we go, bean, activate. You can see here a terminal popped up. Now we can actually install packages here. Let's start with the package. Let's install BeautifulSoup and requests, because I'm going to need both of those. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong command. Let's do this like this. Hit install request and BeautifulSoup 4. There we go. Those are the packages that we need as a Python specialist in this case to do web scraping, because that's the point here. Now let's go back to our code. Let's copy paste what we have here. Here, I'm gonna do the following. I already have code ready, so I don't have to write in front of you. Let me just reopen this real quick. Mouse pad. My code, let's say .file, so I can new file just for this one. There you go. This is what the code looks like right now. For now, you can see here I'm using request library and I'm trying to access localhost 11434. This is where the local LLM model is running at this moment. That's very important. I'm trying to basically talk through this model, just saying hello, right? Whatever. I want to see if my Python that I have can interact with local language model, the AI that I installed on this virtual machine. Let's see. Save this file. Go back here. Let's open new terminal. Let's activate env bean activate here as well, because that terminal is now kind of busy. See where the file is. Python 3. Let's go with the mycode.py. And after running this, if everything is successful, meaning the local host actually works, there we go, we got an answer. Amazing, it works. Python now can talk directly through code to this LLM. This is very important, very good thing. Now, let me show you a different thing. Now, let's close this mousepad that we have right now. Let's go back here and let's open this previous file so we don't interact with them. My AI scraper.py. I'll show you what the code looks like and then I'll explain what it does in detail. So this is what the code looks like. If I just paste it, the point of this code is going to be that I'm going to go using request and BeautifulSoup to this example.com URL. We're going to use agent as Mozilla, obviously very default, like nothing special here. We're going to make a request to the HTML. Our goal is to extract script, style, no script, whatever we see, then join everything we have together, and the prompt that we're giving to this AI, instead of saying hello, we're giving it prompt directly from code without this being dynamic. Extract useful information from this web page, return JSON only. And this is the example, title, products, prices, right? I'm using example.com here, which obviously doesn't have a lot in it, but for obviously, because this is a video and we can just do something like this on example.com. It's not a big deal. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm not going to do it on popular commerce website, but you can imagine actual web scrapers. They will, instead of using example.com, will use, let's say, a specific link to an eBay or an Amazon or any other, doesn't really matter, any other marketplace that's online to extract useful data. Doesn't have to be marketplace, it's just an example. Once this is ready, this is what we had before in the previous code. You can see here, this is the prompt we're giving. If you're wondering what this prompt is, here it is. Now, let's go back. Let's run this now. Python 3, my AI scraper.py. It's going to right now go to example.com, obviously run this, and using the prompt that I locally have in one simple script, extract all the useful information and give it to me. This is very important because here you can see how AI agents, obviously, and browser agents can work together in one line, obviously, in just one simple file to extract useful data. This is super important. And remember, another very cool thing that we have here, and we have to remember right now, obviously, after this is done, If this is done in volumes, which usually is what web scraping is about, if you do this kind of thing in volumes, right, basically running this script on 3 different machines maybe, or running on a lot of different websites, and you're using your static local IP address that you have, your public IP address, it's going to get timed out, it's going to get blocked, and you're going to have issues. That's very, very important. You must remember the following, that once you run and you get timed out, you have issues. What you can do to overcome those kind of issues? Obviously, you can do global execution, maybe across multiple countries. How you can do that? You can use one of our CyberYozh proxies, obviously. I've shown you this many, many times. I'll show you again what they look like. Let me show you right now again, real quick, while this is still running, obviously, because we're here, and there we go. We can see the information. I'll show you that it obviously says there is nothing specific found, but if you go here, you go to our proxies, you can choose what you need. Mobiles, maybe that's what you prefer. Residential. From my experience, I can say that rotating proxies that are 24-hour availability, speed has decent, obviously, right? And because it's rotating, meaning you can just change the country constantly. No matter what happens, if you get blocked, you just rotate real quick. Or using couple proxies at the same time, maybe cheap ones, maybe you want a mobile proxy, maybe you want something that can dedicate or share, it doesn't really matter. But using this kind of tools can obviously help you. And let's go back right now to the terminal, and you can see, since the provided text does not contain specific information about products on their prices and no title is given, this web page could not be extracted for a JSON object related to domain examples in documentation. Now, let me give you just one example what would happen if I changed, right? Let's open this again, my AI scraper.py, and we want the useful information, right? I said I'm not gonna do, for obvious reasons, let's say eBay or Amazon, right? But nothing's really stopping me from doing CyberYozh.com, so let's do that. HTTPS CyberYozh.com, and let's run this code again. Let's see what happens this time. All we have to do is give it just again a minute or two, and before again you wonder why is it so slow. I am in a virtual machine. I'm using virtual GPU that VirtualBox gives. It's very slow. It can't run anything basically that's GPU related, and AI, as we know, is very GPU intensive. So in this situation, just don't worry about it too much. It's all good. If you want this to be a bit more speedy, let's say on your local machine, I would highly advise you to run the same code. Oh, and I will obviously leave all the code as well for you with all the instructions in a GitHub link. I'll send you the link where you can just copy paste all of this, so you don't have to write directly from the browser. You can just do this on your local machine. Just remember, it's preferable if you use something like Linux, because it's just installing is much easier from my experience. However, on Mac, it's also good. On Windows, a bit tricky, but you can definitely make it work, as long as you have an AMD or an NVIDIA GPU. From what I know, Intel GPUs aren't supported just yet, but by the time this video comes out, they might as well be. I'm not sure yet. So let's give it a few minutes. Once this is done, I'll come back to you and I'll show you the results. And here I got the results. Let me show you. So the AI model basically took everything I gave it, and there we go. Based on the CyberYozh.com main page, it gave me the product in JSON format, title, this product's name, multi-accounting solution, description, professional services, blah blah, and everything. SMS activation, virtual bank card issuance, red team and technical socio testing. There you go. DevSecOps training, compliance officer, cryptocurrency offerings. There you go. Amazing, basically this AI model. And again, this isn't just code made by GPT or whatever. I used AI model locally to get whatever this web scraper will give, pass through it, and automate the entire process, everything in virtual machine. This took some time. Don't worry, it took for me about 10 minutes. It might take a bit longer for you, or a bit shorter, again depending on your hardware, but that is it. That's how you can use AI. Basically works like a charm. We can see the results. It's very, very good. There you go. You can even see the prices here and services users. Obviously there is nothing here. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.